Disability. Oh, well, okay. Disability. Math.
Now, what do you like to do on Friday when you take trips? Where do you like to go?
What?
Where do you like to go on Friday?
Bowling.
What did we do on the weekends? What do you like to do most?
Visit grandma.
Grandma, okay. What else? Camp
Yeah, camp.
and fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're quite the fisherman. Now, we did not know that Daniel had Down syndrome until he was born. I had had some complications in the last trimester of my pregnancy, but at that point there wasn't really any definitive testing that could be done that would give us definitive answers. You're trying to accept and come to terms with what has happened that you weren't anticipating, and at the same time trying to figure out what you need to do. So it was helpful to have those people to guide us along the way. I think sometimes people, they're not sure how to interact with a person who has some type of disability. They're afraid they'll do something wrong, and so they tend to hold back. You just have to interact with Daniel or another child how you feel comfortable, how you would with any other individual. Understanding that there may be some things that you have to take into consideration. The child or the adult may have some physical limitations that you have to take into consideration, or some behavioral characteristics that you have to take into consideration. Daniel has a niece and a nephew, and they develop their own way of communicating, and it takes some time sometimes to get to reach that level of comfortability. For some people, it's very easy. It's very easy, and for others, it takes more time. One of the best experiences I had was Daniel was around 4 or 5 years old, I think, when my sister got married, and her husband just asked me. He said, I don't know anything about Down syndrome, and I have some questions. And that was great. He did a weight loss study through the KU Med Center 3 years ago, and he lost almost half his body weight. He weighs almost half what he did just by making that physical change, which was huge. But just by making that, we've seen a tremendous amount of growth in him, just in what he's interested in doing. Before, he was content to stay home. It was very difficult for me to get him to go anywhere and do anything. But since then, it's just the opposite. He doesn't want to stay home anymore. Daniel doesn't have the circle of friends that a typical person his age would, just because he doesn't work in a place that has 100 employees where you can make friends, and he doesn't drive, so he can't take himself somewhere where he can meet people. So, those opportunities in the community are really important, and the social aspect of it too, where he can get out and meet some different people other than what's in our, family circle. It helps him to have something to take ownership of. When they deliver Meals on Wheels, he's doing something that he likes to do and he can feel good about. It's something that he does. The rest of us in his family, we don't do that. So that's something that he has, that he can take ownership of. That's what I see as one of the biggest advantages of the community-based things that they do. He's always had a fondness for his teachers when he was in school. I believe he could tell you, and he remembers his teachers clear back through elementary school. And so the RISE staff have stepped into that role, I think. That special place where he put teachers, that's where the RISE staff are now. They're in that special place. People need to understand that it, and I believe this, that it takes a special person with special characteristics to work with the programs that RISE offers. Person with extraordinary patience and dedication. That's what the staff are. I admire what they do and the work that they choose to do. And I know that there are times when it has to be very challenging, but they do it with a lot of grace and respect for the individuals that they work with. You have to readjust your whole life focus, how you saw things playing out, which, you do that when you're expecting a child or you have children, you can't help but think, what the future is going to be. And you have to adjust that. And it takes a while, it takes a while to let go of the way you thought things were going to be and accept how they are. And it's not about accepting the child. It's not that. It's just that you're going to have to put your life on a different path.